Today is a webinar. So I know the attendee will be a little less, but I think less is also good because you guys can also ask whatever the questions and you can have a deep understanding and I will devote all my time and energy to respond to you. So we can get started. The webinar is around the secure operation. So when we talk about the secure operation, actually, if you talk with the customer every day, they will all talk with how to define the security performance and how to build the security team. So that's all the scope of the secure operation. So today we just tell you how to use Sangfor product and a solution to build a secure operation, the solution. Okay. And actually, I talk with a lot of customers, and during the a lot of years experience, I find actually there's a lot of pain point. And when I talk with the customer about uh, cybersecurity, they will talk with me. So, Aaron, actually, I purchased the Palo Alto, I purchased the Sophos, I purchased Fortinet, but it's very hard to balance the performance between different brands. The first important thing is that every day, the security analyst just sit on the table and open the laptop and try to log into the Palo Alto, check the logs, and try to switch to Kaspersky and the Sophos. But they find that there's a lot of alerts they need to analyze, and the different alerts with a different meaning, different definition, and a different standard. And you cannot one by one to analyze the alerts. So the first pain point is alert fatigue. No, not so many people will understand how to manage the alerts. That's the first thing. And the alert also too much to manage. Alert fatigue is the first thing. And the second thing is about local context investigation. How to understand that even the customer, they fully embrace the IBM Curator, the SIEM solution, but they still lack the context and cannot do the investigation. I asked them why. They said to me, the SIEM solution, actually the platform, we need to hire a very skilled security analyst to write a rule to find the visibility, to build up the investigation. But SIEM don't provide this kind of capability, and the investigation capability also limited and not very much when the ransomware happens. So that is second thing. They don't know how to start, when to do the next, what to do next. So which means investigation is very limited. And the third thing is that there will be a lot of products they need to manage. But workload is too much, but people is too less. So the workload is also another issue. And the final thing is also a common pain point in the industry, which means not so many security people in the enterprise customer in the organization because customer due to the budget constraint and they don't have enough people to engage in the cybersecurity the management. Okay, so if if all the things just like that way, so how to manage the security, how to devote the resources, what we need to devote, so that become an issue. So the only thing, the things will be around the people, around the budget, around technology, and also around the mature process. But actually, the full fundamental factors is also comparatively weak in the customer side. Okay, so in at this moment, Sangfor provide our own solution. The solution we build our secure operation solution based on the three fundamental principle. The first one is high efficiency. How to understand high efficiency? If today I sell you a product, a platform, but you need to hire more people to learn my product, and you need to hire more people to customize the rules. I think it's not high efficiency. High efficiency means Sangfor will build up our own architecture, the framework, and the technology-wise to help you to reduce your human labor and reduce your energy. That is high efficiency. And the second thing is a sustainable evolution. A lot of customer, even they are rich enough and they purchase the threat intelligence, but they don't know how to adopt threat intelligence to evaluate their security performance, evaluate their security situation. So, but Sangfor, using our product, we have the built-in threat intelligence, and you can use our threat intelligence and our experts and our product already combine them automatically. So you just need to uh, you just to think about what you can get, and we will give you the visibility, and we will give you all the evidence and all the outcome with the natural language. You don't need to manage how to adopt the threat intelligence. So it can also self-evolve. Even the threats landscape is evolving all the time, but our capability will also grow automatically and to adapt to the dynamic changing the cybersecurity and allow to the different attacks. Okay. And the third thing is about tailored security care. Our solution is tailored according to the customer requirements. So it's not a one size fit all the business model. For example, customer said, I don't have enough budget, so I have 100 server, but 20 is very important. So Sangfor, can you take care of the 20 server? So you need to build up the secure operation platform to cover the 20 server. It's okay. So you not only you can reduce the money, reduce the budget, but you can also enjoy our Sangfor technology. Okay. So when I talk about secure operation, so we have architecture you can see in the picture. So divided into three different layers. The first layer is our components layer. So when customer talk about the security, they will talk about firewall. They will talk about EDR. They will also talk about the NDR. So that is fundamental components. So uh, customer need to will talk with you about do you have firewall? Do you have EDR? So some for we are provided by our own. And besides that, I want to highlight the NDR because uh, ransomware, for example, when they reside in your server farm, actually they will from server A switch to server B, from server B to another network segmentation. So you don't have the visibility and it's very hard to block the lateral movement. So with our NDR, actually, you can very easy to analyze the traffic. It's the first-hand data. So when we collect all the high-quality data and transmit it to the XDR, things will be easy. XDR will do the detection. XDR will do the data correlation, data standardization, and SDR will also give you auto response. So with our XDR is positioned as a one-stop solution to cover all the security operation issues. So not only detection, but also response and visibility and report and the ticketing system. Later, I will break down the XDR because it's fundamental platform that we need to purchase, that we need to consider. And I think all the worries and all the concerns can be resolved within the XDR. So that is our platform layer. And some customers said, uh, do you provide the service? Because sometimes I don't have people, I don't have knowledge, I don't want to, I just want to pay the money and I want to transfer the risk to some certain vendor. It's okay. So that is why Sangfor we also design our service, NDR service. So I can highlight two advantage of the service. The first thing is that when the ransomware family and their attackers trying to target your server during the midnight, during the Eid, during the Christmas Day, during the New Year, actually Sangfor will analyze it and do the prevention. That's the first thing. So to filling the gap of the time difference. The second thing is that if today you suffer some data breach and you want to clarify and find a root cause analysis, and also you want someone to stand by to resolve and launch the instant response. So Sangfor within our XDR, within our MDR, we can provide unlimited instant response. So you will very easy to let Sangfor team to handle for you. Even you suffer some very high risk the instant. Okay, this part is our secure operation architecture. So here is the typical topology, and you can see if there is a thrice Trojan already reside in the office zone and they are trying to do the lateral movement to the data center zone. So with our NDR, it can be very easy to collect the traffic because our NDR is deployed to just connect to the core switch and all the traffic go through the core switch will mirror to our NDR and the NDR data will to the XDR and also the endpoint data will go to XDR. So with all the data, our XDR will know, oh, there's an instance happens. So we can block the IP, quarantine the file, so everything will be diminished immediately. So everything will be automatically resolved. That is our architecture. XDR is the brain. Endpoint is more like your arm, and the firewall is more like your leg. And you also have a eyes to monitor and give you visibility is our NDR. So it's very clear the architecture. Okay. And because today, when we talk about the collaboration, I want to highlight the XDR because XDR is the central platform to cover all the collaboration issues. So let me just break down some of the features and clarify for you what XDR can provide for you. So we provide all the things you can consider. The first thing is we need to in order to resolve the issue, we need to collect some high quality security data, risk relevant and threat relevant data. So we will do the data ingestion. And maybe you ask, our customer not always use the Sangfor product. So can you support third party? The answer is definitely yes. So we not only support Sangfor our own products like firewall and EDR, we can also support third party. And also, some customers said, do you support SIEM? So this part I want to highlight. SIEM is not a very security-centric platform. It's more like an IT operation platform to cover everything like application, database, and also operating system. But from the security part, if you want Sangfo to analyze the threats from endpoint, from network, so we can collect the security data to our XDR. So from this point of view, yeah, we can provide SIM features. We can show the regulator about logs and also there's some parsing and some of the filtering, so we can do. And we also provide SOAR, security orchestration automation response, which means we can do the automation automatically. And sometimes customers said, as a security department, I need to interact with the network department and also the application department. Yes, we can also provide a built-in ticketing system, which means security issue will be cross-department work. So we can just light different department interactive and launch a ticket system. So we have a built-in ticketing system to support you and build the IT, the service, the process that is ticketing system, and also the reports. So we provide customized reports that is also important for customer, but we can provide that. Okay, and following session, I will break down all the technological and also some details, and I'd like to have more deep understanding about our XDR. Okay, so XDR, what is XDR? I don't want to regard our product as pure XDR because it not only talk about XDR, but also talk about SIEM and SOAR. So you can regard SIEM, SOAR, and also XDR, it combined into together into one platform to cover all the security operation issues. So it's one-stop solution. Okay. Uh, where the first thing is a various data ingestion. So how to understand that? Sangfor we support our native device data. So we are highly focused on you can use our EDR and firewall, but also we support third party. Third party is we collect the raw logs and after our Xstream AI parsing engine. So the raw logs will transform to normalize the logs and all the logs to our log stream and we will correlation, standardization, and also the cross analyzing and with our detection engine and all the things will after analyze it, you will see the instance. So we will push our instance to the storage and you can see all the instance display in the dashboard. That is how we analyze the third party, how we treat the third party. So we support all the third-party data, but it should be security related. If you want me to manage the Cisco router, Cisco switches, we don't do that because we are not an IT operation tool. Okay, so in order to highlight how we reduce the noise, how we leverage the efficiency of the logs. So we not only based on the we not only provide a rule-based parsing, we also provide AI parsing. So how to understand AI parsing? So I know there's a lot of logs, a lot of different standards, but we try to use our AI engine and deal with different brands. Our R&D may fine-tune the third-party logs and do the formatting within our XDR. So AI parsing, we train the data with different brands. So it's very easy to uh, just find the very useful information from different standardized logs into one single standards and a single format. And also, our people sometimes, because we also provide a SaaS XDR, and we also build our AI engine. So our R&D team and also security expert in the laboratory, we will try to build on our own Operation GPT. What is Operation GPT? It's a AI-based technology. So, which means we collect a lot of telemetry and we're trying to train them. And we put our AI engine distribute to our XDR. So it's very easy to connect different logs and from different time, from different location, different frequency. So we can parsing the logs efficiently. Okay. So that is the whole process. So you can see data collection after data is collected and the data after the customer permission. So we will combine with our threat intelligence data to this Operation GPT and also push to our within the Sangfor cloud. So our Sangfor R&D will confirm the rule and the parsing the rule and also the fine tune the rule. So we will just distribute the Operation GPT AI engine to our XDR. So we can leverage all the things from data collection to data formatting to data standardization, and that is something we can do. And it's all the things go automatically without people to involve because our people in the backend team, in the backend and with our cloud, we already fine-tune the data. Uh, if you have any questions, and you can just leave in the chat box, so I will answer it one by one. Okay, and the second point is correlation analysis. How to understand correlation? Because data is not from the single source. Actually, they come from our own products, come from third party, come from network, come from the endpoint, come from the email, come from the cloud, right? So we highly focus on the data source. But the major data source from some point of view, we think is endpoint and network. So data made from the EDR, data made from the like Sophos Intercept X, and also the like CrowdStrike EDR. So data made from our own firewall, made from our own NDR, made from Darktrace NDR, and also the Link Shadow NDR. So and other email security vendors. So we combine all the network and endpoint to cover all the security angle. And also there's a network plus network. How to understand that? Most of customer they will want to highlight a firewall, but I think the firewall is not enough. You have to consider what happens in the internal perspective. So I highly recommend that you can use the NDR to examine something internally, like lateral movement, and also do from our point, 80% of the attacks happen internally, not from outside. Okay, so we combine strong indicator and the weak indicator. Maybe even what is indicator? Indicator is the risk relevant data. So it's an indicator compromise, indicator attack. Even I can say a rough thing. There's a weak indicator in the endpoint, also weak indicator in the network. But within our AI engine, we will find they have a tendency to be exaggerate, and there will be a tendency to you suffer attack. So combine the different weak indicator, we can give you a very strong evidence that you need to resolve it. Okay, and from the second part, correlation analysis, I want to highlight one thing. So you only need to understand Sangfor, we have very excellent noise reduction from the millions of logs to thousands of alerts to hundreds of instances. So layer by layer, we will find the similarity and we will try to reduce the noise. So how to reduce noise? the behind this AI technology. So later I will also tell you what is how to adopt AI in our XDR so to reduce it. But conclusion is very clear. 5 minutes we detect the threats. 5 seconds we do the response. So everything will be automatically happen, help you to leverage your efficiency. Okay, and we talk about the third thing is superior detection capability. So you may want to know why Sangfor you have a strong capability and you said you have good threat detection. Is that means my product is not detect very well? I'm not saying that. I just want to highlight based on the detection technology what we can provide for you as a benefit. So we combine the log, audit logs, security logs, security alerts. So we combine all the different metrics and the different indicators combine into one single instance. So we just break because our IR team just deal with the security issues all the around the world every day. So we are very easy to catch up the different ransomware families and very easy to know which location, which file, and which directories have high tendency to be encrypted, to be hacked. So it's very easy for us to break down the different logs and from the logs correlate and condense to alerts. From alerts, maybe there will be many alerts, but actually when you analyze all the scope, just the one single attack. So we transform the different alerts into one instance. Only in this way we can provide uh, visibility in the dashboard. Maybe some of the instance you need to focus. Okay, and the detection, we will not just talk about period execution, pre-execution, period execution, post-execution. We can provide all because when we talk about cyber kill chain, we cannot talk about dedicated phases. We need to talk about trace back to the start and also talk about how they evolve in your environment. So, like asset management, vulnerability management, configuration management, and also some the risk status of your data. Risk status of your server and the laptop we can show in our dashboard. And during the attack, and we will play the data from network from the endpoints, and we with our threat intelligence and also the IOA, IOC, AI engine, so we can combine together and cover what happens. And when we find there's an instance already reside in your environment, and doing the maybe the command and control connection to the internet, we will block the IP, quarantine the file, kill the process, and just block the domain name. So everything, every threat entity, we can diminish immediately. Okay. And some customer may say, can you provide timeline? I want to see the total comprehensive story. Yes, we can provide. Even we can provide you the Operation GPT to clarify what happens with natural language. Even you people don't know security, but you can follow our logic and story to know what happens. And just a one click, one few clicks, you will diminish every threats. It's very interesting. Okay. And also the threats in investigation. So some customers say, when something happens, my boss will urge me to find why it happens, how it happens, and so it calls root cause analysis. So with our XDR, we can show the root cause analysis, which means there's a hacker, they are trying to inject the code to the process, and this one process generate a different task and different process and launch different tasks like the credential dumping and also the escalation of the permissions in the kernel. So everything you click one, you will find there's a rich full context for you to investigate. That is our threat intelligence, threat investigation. Okay. And I talk a lot from the data collection, data and data analysis, and also the is a detection capability. And the fourth point is that I want to talk about response. Without response, you will not. Uh, Without response, maybe it's very hard for you to leverage your security ROI, right? So the first thing I want to say is that with our XDR connect to the EDR and our firewall, it can be easy to auto containment. how to understand that, which means we find there is a ransomware in the laptop, so our EDR will capture it. And there's a ransomware payload trying to connect outside internet. And our firewall will also know that. So, we will show you the instance, but the most important thing is that our EDR will current the file immediately, kill the process immediately, and our firewall will also block the IP immediately. So everything happens immediately. No need you to put your human effort. The second thing is secure orchestration automation response. So the underlying the logic is a playbook. So in the canvas, based on your scenario, you can set different triggers. What you'll drag, what you'll get. You can say, if someone to connect to my server during the midnight with more than 3 times, and we need to block the credential from accessing. So it's easy. So we can design this kind of rule to block the unauthorized access. So like this kind of model, we can design our own uh, requirement or build our own playbook. And the second thing is that we will block all the threat entity from the IP, from domain, from host, from file, from process, and everything we're recording here. And we will also tell you why it happens and mapping the meta attack framework. Okay. And the fifth point is about generative AI. This one is very technical, but I will try to make it very simple for you. So, AI security, there are two different subjects, but we have AI expert, we have security experts. When the two different experts combine together, which means we can use AI to leverage the data, not only from detection and try to lower the false positive, but we can also use AI to uh, transform the rigid instance to the natural language, let you understand. Even you are not skilled enough, but you can also learn it very fast. So that is AI, the power. Okay, so we already combine with the DeepSeek because DeepSeek is a Chinese vendor and in Hangzhou, Sangfor is a Chinese vendor in Shenzhen. So we have strategic partnership. But we also support ChatGPT, and also there's an AI tool like Gemini, and also there's a different AI tools. We already combined into our XDR with the API. Okay, and we also have proprietary security data from our firewall and the EDR, and also our NDR. So with our wide portfolio deployed around the world, we can easily to get high quality clean data. Okay, and because this security GPT is a SaaS based, and so in our data center in Malaysia, in UAE, and in Germany, so if you from the UAE, actually you can fully use the UAE data center. So we have more GPUs and also experts to fine tune the rules, and also we have algorithms, and we have data, we have the algorithms and we also have a powerful calculation. So it's very easy for us to empower all the security products. So when you break down the different scenario, you can say we can provide detection GPT. Detection GPT, which means we can leverage detection capabilities for so a lot of wonder. There are technologies that they will generate a lot of uh, false positive. But with our XDR, we can detect and leverage detection with AI power. So it's very easy to lower the false positives. The second thing is anti-phishing GPT. I know there's a lot of customers, they will worry about the phishing. So especially you will receive a lot of phishing email every day. So our GPT will try to analyze the phishing with the semantic algorithms, and we analyze the body, we analyze the link, we also analyze the attachment. So all the different email the structure, we can analyze it, and this is our anti-phishing GPT. And also Operation GPT, how to understand that. So, the instance, even rigid language, we can try to transform into Operation GPT and very easy to understand. This is Operation GPT. Okay, so here's the you click one of this instance, and you will see there's a robot to analyze all the context, general summaries, related alerts. So the right part is about root cause analysis. And a correlated process, you will see from the process to the IP, from the endpoint to network, and asset simulation, and also the logic topology. Okay, the final point is that when you see there's an instance that happens in your network, so just a click, there's a fixed instance, and you can call the Palo Alto and the Sophos and the Fortinet, even Sangfor product can auto containment, and with third party, we can also fix the instance immediately. Okay. And the sixth point is about our cloud. Some of the customer may worry about the cloud security because your business is in the Azure, in the AWS, maybe in the Google Cloud. Okay, so we support the cloud security with our cloud security center. This is one subscription in the XDR. Okay, wait a second. Okay, so we can start the cloud security center. So cloud security center is one of the subscription in our XDR. So you can see we support AWS, we support the Huawei Cloud and Ali Cloud, and also the Tencent Cloud. So all the cloud data and from the access will transmit to our XDR. So we can realize one thing, cloud security posture, and we can examine the posture and the misconfiguration. So the one of the biggest thing is misconfiguration in the cloud. So it's very hard to configure all the components, right? So we can collect data and try to feed to our XDR. There's a poster you can see. There's a cloud architecture, and also there will be a lot of identity threats. So we can collect the identity data and try to analyze which identity is malicious, which identity is not. And also there's a risk analysis, which means if the storage and the data center is misconfigured, so we can show in here under the risk analysis. And also the cloud assets. So public cloud, private cloud, and also the storage, Postgre, Circle, and NAT gateway. So all the cloud assets, we will examine the configuration. Okay, and be sure. So if you are using the Microsoft Entra and the Macrograph, and we can collect data and we can examine the identity. For example, you have abnormal login, like in different time, in different location, and launch different actions. Maybe frequency is not very normal. So we will analyze the identity. Okay, and also there will be an anti-phishing GPT. As I mentioned, we can analyze the email body, links, QR code, attachment. So all the different components we can transmit to our anti-phishing GPT. And with our GPT, analyze everything, and we will find maybe there's a phishing. So the phishing always change very quickly. So you can get email. The email is a precision with the social engineering. So the language more like your boss. The language is more like follow the company context, and it's very easy to be deceived, right? And we will analyze it, analyze the domain, analyze the and also the email different part to try to block the social engineering. And also there's a QR code in the email, and we can simulate, and we can just in our product we can scan the code and try to connect to the website, and we can block this kind of malicious access. And also maybe there's attachment is encrypted, and also there's some uh, maybe there have some passwords. So we can tap into the passwords and try to find what happens in the words. So within the three method, we can block it with our anti-phishing GPT. Okay, and for the response, it's also very easy. So we can delete the email. If you set in our XDR, we can delete the email immediately, and then we can also move to another directory. So we can set a directory in our XDR, and you can just roll back your email, and we can move to. And also we can just in the email header, and we can add prefix subject or we can send an email notification to say, oh, the email you received previously actually is a malicious email. So that's the first thing we can provide. And if you want to delete move to and add the prefix subject, we can support the Microsoft Exchange and also the Outlook is the biggest market share. So using the API connect to the email system, we can easy to realize it. And the second thing is that all the email we can support BCC, which means after analyze all the email content, we can send another email to notify you. Actually, there's a malicious email. You don't need to, you cannot touch it. Okay. So there will be phishing logs in our XDR, and also there will be alert setting. So you will receive an email. Okay. There will be report, and in report you can customize by your own, like from the access perspective and also threats perspective. And you can also use our internal ticketing system. So it's very easy to create a cross department and escalate different security issues. Okay. And the final thing is our XDR is a next generation security operation platform, which means we not only provide our product, we also support third party. So I can easily to divide security operation as three phases. The first phase is that we can get clean data. As I mentioned, I talk a lot about data correlation, data optimization. And the second thing is that our XDR will do the detection and correlation with the context and the threat intelligence. And we can combine uh, if customer using the SIM, customer said to you, I'm using the SIM, I don't want to purchase XDR. It's okay. So XDR can also push the instance with the API to the SIM. So SIM will also get notified, oh, there is a instance. I'm not analyze it, but XDR just push to me. So I need to resolve it and log into the XDR to respond, automatically respond. Okay. And if you don't want to use the ticketing system, you are using the ServiceNow and you are using your own Jira. So we can also you open our API to connect to your ticketing system. Okay. So with the XDR, you don't need to hire so many people, and the instant response will be very much lowered than the previous way. So I just want to highlight XDR. So remember 5 features. The first one is all-in-one design. So we support SOAR, SOAR, and also the SIEM, and also the XDR in one platform. The second thing is security GPT. We use our AI engine to build a security GPT. And extremely openness is that we can support all the third parties and all the different software. And the final thing is a full coverage protection. So because Sangfor, we not only provide firewall EDR, so you can regard Sangfor as a full-fledged security vendor. And the EDR and the firewall and the NDR and the MDR and the XDR all designed by our own, without third party and without external powers. Okay, and it's very flexible to deploy. That is a final thing. Uh, I will highlight around 3 minutes and I will leave some time for you to Q&A. So I highlight sales scenario and the case studies. So you can regard our XDR. I can tell you the three typical way. The first one is if you are using the traditional SIM to take care of security issues, it's more like a traditional car. But you know nowadays is a digitalized world. So if you are using our Sangfor Athena XDR, it's more like a self-driving car because you don't need to have a lot of people. It will drive automatically. And if you want someone to give you the service, even the driver, even the good experience, and you can call Uber, right? So if you purchase the Sangfor XDR to build a secure operation platform and using the MDR to give you the service, it will be a Uber service for you. So that is our business model. So you can get which picture you want. So if you want to have a self-driving car, you can consider XDR. If you want an Uber service, you can have an XDR and MDR. Okay, so three scenario I want to highlight. The first one is a co-managed AI-driven SecOps. So a lot of customer they will purchase our SaaS XDR because no need a customer to give to deploy to provide the hardware. So SaaS XDR I also recommend you to purchase, and maybe customer purchase it will reduce the budget, will reduce a lot of money expenditures. And the SaaS XDR, they also want to consider Sangfor to take care the detection and response. So XDR and MDR is called co-managed AI driving SECOPS. So that is an ideal scenario, and we do a lot in the UAE. The second thing, customer may ask, can you XDR replace the current SIM? So it depends. In general perspective, I think we can replace the SIM totally. But if the customer using the using SIM as a data collection tool, data analyze tool, and just show commitment to the regulator, to the compliance, I think we support from this part. If the customer said, "Oh, I'm using it to do the monitor the router switches, and I'm using the SIM to monitor the application performance," no, we don't support that. So from the security part, I think we can fully replace the SIM. But if you have some work outscope the security, we don't commit, we can give the service. Okay. And the third scenario is that some of the existing customer, they may already experience our NDR and using NDR to manage the network. So I can tell you now it's time to upgrade your NDR to XDR because NDR only take care about the network. But if you want network, endpoint, cloud, and also the email altogether to be monitored and give you full story, so just consider XDR. It will be very easy. Okay, so my part today is finished. I know there's a lot of contents, but I wish you can join that. So do you have some questions? So we can have some discussion. We can give you around 30 minutes, and if you have any questions, please ask. Okay, so I think we can finish today's webinar. Thank you for joining. So I wish you have a good day. Yeah, thank you.